And in the system, how would it work? Too, it's like he's really, because you know he's got great strength, he's got great speed, he's got great hands, great player. But in our system,
he can get underneath that Flacco pass.
Yeah, but
he can throw that bomb. Huh?
What's Todd Heap for?
Well, I don't.
How many bombs do you throw to a tight end?
They wouldn't be using him like that.
So now he's going to be playing receiver, straight up wide receiver.
I think so.
He's 260 pounds. Right?
Hey man, well, I mean, what is the?
And he's not that. He's not really that tall.
What's Bailey gonna do with that?
He's not that tall. He's not that tall either. I think he's a great tight end. I don't know if he's great for us. Troy, your thoughts?
I think we need him. I think we need that other dimension. You know, I think Todd Heap didn't have a great year last year.
He was blocking.
He was getting his block on, but we need that guy who can go across the middle and get those yards.
But that's what Todd Heap does.
But he didn't do it well last year.
Because he had to block.
Well, so we need another guy.
Another tight end.
Maybe we need another tight end.
Then we even got another tight end. I don't know. But what do you think, Big Fish?
Big Fish says we need a big fat lineman to protect Joe.
That's right, big fat lineman. Look at me, road grader.
And a stain on your jersey would not. Wouldn't matter. It wouldn't even matter. I don't know. Who else are the Ravens looking at?
I think draft? They say the receiver. I think is a big player on the chart. You know what? In this economy, just like with my home and everything that I purchased in the past, I realized, Troy, it's a waste of money to put your money into these rookies. If we're talking about economics and talking about being smart with your money, I wouldn't do it anymore. It's a waste of time. You go down, you drop down low, get them in the lower rounds, don't pay a ton of money, they don't work out. If they work out, great. If they don't, you didn't lose
a lot. So you
get
get the marquee player who's proven himself and bring them to your team.
I would do that, or drop down low and bring the young players in low.
You know, I can't knock the Ravens. I think.
Can you knock the hustle?
I could knock the hustle if I wanted to, but the Ravens, man. I mean, I have obviously I'm a Ravens fan, but I've been impressed with essentially the way they handle their draft. Yeah. They've found some diamonds in the rough. They found some guys who have gone from diamond in the rough, 5th or 6th, round pick to all-star.
That's true, and some who haven't.
And some who haven't.
No names won't mention.
Now they're with the Rams. But
I don't like the way they treated Matt Stover, though.
No,
that's messed up, Ravens.
I don't like that either.
That's messed up. Treat the old guy like that. He had a bad year. He was hurt. They played him.
I think they did. They kicked him to the curb.
No, don't draft a kicker. No. Don't waste your money on that.
Okay. Any other questions here? Yeah. Got something else?
Got one more.
All right, we got another one. If you got a question, we only have about 2 or 3 minutes. So you might want to get them in right now. MDB
in the building.
Are you guys going to be making any appearances around town?
Yes.
Where, Mark? Where?
We'll be eating lunch. Well, not today. I'm going to Earth Day. But we will be making appearances around town.
You know what? I'm going to be at a great event this weekend called Shades of Freedom. Shades of Freedom is a conversation. We've had this monumental, historic year with an African-American president of the United States. What in U.S. history, what was the catalyst for us getting to this point? With slavery, with Jim Crow laws, and with other things that we've dealt with over the last 150, 175 years of this country's history. This is going to be a conversation about all those things. It's absolutely free, and it's a film festival with several pieces of film. I'll be doing some oratory.
Like oratory, what are you going to do?
I'm going to read. Actually, I'm going to read a.
My life as a house Negro.
No. A slave's
light skin like me.
A slave's recollection of his experiences, kind of like an interview that was conducted in 1928.
Are you gonna do it like in real slave voice, or?
No, it's not written that way, Mark. But it's actually.
I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
It's actually his viewpoint. and he was a slave here in Maryland.
Okay.
So it's going to feature excerpts of Slavery and the Making of America, and not only I, but Terry Owens from Channel 2, Barry Sims from WBAL will be involved. And
Barry's going to play a buck.
No, he's going to read like me, Mark. He's going to read.
Because Barry's all rocked up. They like fake people. You know, Barry's going to Barry's going to be all strong.
And Barry's going to kick your ass.
I woke with sweat on my back.
We're going to talk about the Middle Passage. We'll also talk about the antebellum period and Reconstruction and Jim Crow. And let me see if I can run through a couple of folks.
Where is this, Troy
It's
Johnson?
at the Reginald F. Lewis Museum on Saturday.
There we go.
From 12 to 7, and then Sunday from 2 to 5, I believe. And it's absolutely free. And some dynamic people. Philip Morgan, who's a PhD at Johns Hopkins. Joyce Scott, who's a sculptor. Rosalind Terborg Penn, who's with Morgan State. And the organization that's putting all this together is Civic Frame. Our friend,
I love Civic Frame.
April Yvonne Garrett. You can go to civicframe.org.
She's got a frame on her.
And get all the information that you need. All right?
Just playing April. And actually, Troy and I actually will be hosting a step show too coming up.
Yeah.
I don't have the information.
We will also mention that next week.
Don't forget the Marc Clarke show is coming to television June 15th on My 24.
All right. One more comment here from
This is it.
Squared Out. People have forgotten about God. And that's why, with the times getting hard, they turn to death.
I agree.
Okay.
God is love. What, Troy?
I mean,
answer
that's not the answer for everyone, but it is certainly
better
a point of view. I'm just saying.
Well, you know what? Because you realize, I think there comes a time. This has happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
You lose your job. Okay, you get to the point, and now I'm sure it's happened to you too, Troy, because you've been there many times before.
Yes.
There comes a time in your life, and it's probably best that it happens when you're young, when you don't have the answers. First time it happened for me was I was at college, money ran out, and I was like, oh well, I guess I'm gonna go home, because it was like they hit me with the letter. They needed $800, and jig was up, and I was like, oh well. But in that moment, what happened? A check for $900 came out of nowhere.
So you got tuition and a pizza.
And $100, right? And it was like in that moment, and throughout my life, for me, God, Allah, whatever you call him, Jesus, the Spirit, whatever it is, the universe, that's what happened for me. And I think about that song, his eyes on the sparrow. Basically, if he looks out for the animals, then why wouldn't he look out for you, whoever you believe in? And I think in those moments, that's when you realize, and you carry that your whole life. So when I lost my job, my high-paying job, and my $1 million house, and I trying to figure out how I'm going to get by, what happened to me was I just said it's going to be okay. And I think some people, obviously, like you said, they don't think it's going to be okay.
Well, I mean, what I meant to say was God is one vehicle for that.
Yeah.
Some people believe that it's inside of them. I mean, they kind of work hand in hand.
Yeah.
So, that was my only caveat. At any rate,
he's a heathen.
Sometimes I am. Don't let the blue suit fool you. All right, that's it for this week, Mark.
No!
We got to go. But you can watch the replay right here at BaltimoreSun.com. Go to our blog, BaltimoreSun.com/Troy and Mark, and you'll see the video there. We'll see you next week right here at 12 noon. Remember, if it's Sunday, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. If it's Wednesday, no, nothing. I was going to do the meet and the press.
Do it, because I didn't know what you were
I had no idea. You didn't figure it out? By the way, this show this week brought to you by Stain Removers Incorporated.
Leave my stain alone, man. It's a fat man stain. We all have them.
Okay.
See you next week.
All right, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.